Hi, how is everybody doing today? My name is Sarah and I will be your host. Welcome to Face Your Fears, Claim Your Destiny, Soul Therapy. So we're almost done our little series here of inspiring musicians and lyrics, like discovering, right? The last 5 songs I actually had chosen were completely different. But this whole journey, and I told you music is like a journey as we're heading into, like we're just getting into spring here. The journey has taken a turn, much like life. Life has its twists and turns. Well, my journey of this whole discovering, music and lyrics, it has taken another direction. So I'm welcoming each and every one of you to please continue joining me on this journey. However, if this is not your thing, well, it's been fun. It's been fun, but I do understand. Blues is not for everybody. However, that is the direction we're heading into, and that's the direction I'll be heading into for probably the majority of the summer here, because I'm feeling it. I'm out of my funk, and that is the most exciting part of this video, is saying I'm out. And I hope that somebody else is with me here. Are you with me, Gary? Gary, you're with me. I know you're with me. Anyway, here we are. So the last 5 songs we're going to be covering are from the blues genre. And I'm talking like old school blues, like, 1940s kind of blues. Like, yeah, super pumped. So basically, we have just broken down lyrics, and now it's going to be more into instrumentation, because with the blues, the music conveys a lot of messages through all the different instrumentations. So I'm super, super, super excited to be covering this. So I guess this video is going to be more brief. We're just going to cover the blues standards, okay? So blues standards are blues songs that have attained a high level of recognition due to having been widely performed and recorded. They represent the best known and most interpreted blues songs that are seen as standing the test of time. Blues standards come from all different eras and styles. Many blues songs were developed in American folk music traditions, and individual songwriters are sometimes unidentified. Blues historian Gerald Herzhoff noted, "In the case of very old blues songs, there is this constant recourse to oral tradition that conveyed the tune and even the song itself, while at the same time evolving for several decades. This was long before the first recording. The fact that such blues are attributed to Charlie Patton, Blind Lemon, Jefferson, and Blind Blake often means that they were the first to record them. Compounding the problem is that in the earlier days, many blues songs were not copyrighted. Later, the rights were claimed by those who recorded a subsequent version or were managers or record company owners. Nearly 1/2 of the blues standards listed were first recorded in the pre-World War II acoustic blues era, before music publications tracked the sales of blues records. However, many popular renditions, as reflected in the record charts, or more modern versions featuring electric instruments. For example, Robert Johnson and Tampa Red, who were the first to record the most blues standards on the list at 4 each, perform them as solo or duo acoustic performances. However, B.B. King and Muddy Waters, with the most standards on the charts at 5 each, used electric blues ensemble arrangements. Music journalist Richie Unterberger commented on the adaptivity of blues. From its inception, the blues has always responded to developments in popular music as a whole. The use of guitar and piano in American folk and gospel, the percussion rhythms of jazz, the lyrics of Tin Pan Alley, and the widespread use of amplification in electric instruments all help shape The Evolution of the Blues. Blues standards that appeared on the main charts in the 1960s as well as the 1970s often had been recorded by rhythm and blues, soul, and rock musicians. Each song listed has been identified by 5 or more music writers as a blues standard. Spelling and titles may differ, the most common use. So I'll read in the list. The title is Ain't Nobody's Business. It was first recorded by Anna Myers with the original Memphis 5 in year 1922. It says chart single by Jimmy Witherspoon in 1949. H2O featuring Billy in 1996 as Nobody's Business. Next on the list, All Your Love, I Miss Loving. That was recorded by Otis Rush in 1958, and there is no information about any charting singles. Next on the list, Baby Please Don't Go, and that was first recorded by Big Joe Williams in 1935. The charting singles were The Orioles in 1952, Them in 1964, Amboy Dukes in 1968, and AC/DC in 1975. Then we have Baby What You Want Me to Do. That was first recorded by Jimmy Reed in 1960, and then it was charting single for Jimmy Reed 1960 as well as Etta James in 1964. Next on the list was Blues with a Feeling, okay, and it was first recorded by Rabon Tarrant, and that was in 1947, and then that was redone by Little Walter in 1953. Next on the list was Boom Boom, and that was done by John Lee Hooker in 1962. And then it was recorded by John Lee Hooker in 1962, as well as the Animals in 1964. Next on the list is Born Under a Bad Sign, which was recorded by Albert King in 1967, as well as William Bell in 1969. Next on the list, Caledonia, which was recorded by Louis Jordan in 1945. It was also recorded by Erskine Hawkins in 1945, by Sugar Chili Robinson in 1949, and by James Brown in 1964. Next on the list is Catfish Blues, which was recorded by Robert Petaway in 1941, then recorded again by Muddy Waters in 1951 as Still a Fool. Next on the list is Crosscut Saw by Tommy McClennan from 1941, and then it was again recorded by Albert King in 1967. Also on the list, we have Crossroads. That was recorded by Robert Johnson in 1936, and it was recorded again by Cream in 1969. Also, we have Don't You Lie to Me. That was recorded by Tampa Red in 1940 and never recorded by anybody else. Next, we have Drifting Blues, which was recorded by Johnny Moore's Three Blazers in 1945, also recorded by Bobby Bland in 1968. Next, we have Dust My Broom. That was recorded by Robert Johnson in 1936 and by Elmore James in 1952. Also, we have Every Day I Have the Blues by Pine Top Sparks in 1935. It was also recorded by Lowell Fulson in 1950, Joe Williams in 1952 and 1955, B.B. King in 1955, and Billy Stewart in 1966. Next on the list is Farther Up the Road. That was recorded by Bobby Bland in 1957. And that was it for that song. Next on the list, we have 5 Long Years, recorded by Eddie Boyd in 1952. It was also recorded by Junior Parker in 1959. Next on the list, 44, and that was recorded by Roosevelt Sykes in 1929. Also, we have Going Down Slow, recorded by St. Louis Jimmy Oden in 1941. And that was again recorded by Bobby Bland in 1974. Also on the list, we have Good Morning Little Schoolgirl. That was recorded by Sonny Boy Williamson in 1937. And that was also recorded by Smokey Hogg in 1950 as Little School Girl. We also have Got My Mojo Working, and that was recorded by Muddy Waters in 1956 and also recorded by Jimmy Smith in 1966. Then we have Help Me. That was recorded by Sonny Boy Williamson too in 1963. And also on the list, we have Hideaway. That was recorded by Freddie King in 1961 and also recorded by King Curtis in 1964. Next, we have Hoochie Coochie Man, recorded by Muddy Waters in 1954, also by Jimmy Smith in 1966. Next, we have How Long Blues, recorded by Leroy Carr and Scraper Blackwell in 1928. Also, we have I Can't Quit You Baby, recorded by Otis Rush in 1956. Next, we have I'm a Man, recorded by Bo Diddley in 1955, also recorded by Muddy Waters in 1955 as Mannish Boy. Then, as well, it was recorded by the Yardbirds in 1965. Next, we have I'm Ready, recorded by Muddy Waters in 1954. Also, we have It Hurts Me Too by Tampa Red. That was recorded in 1940. It was also recorded in 1949 as When Things Go Wrong. Elmer James also recorded it in 1965. Wilbert Harrison recorded it, in 1965. Next on the list is Kansas City. That was recorded by Little Willie Littlefield. That was re-recorded by Wilbert Harrison in 1959. This was recorded in 1952, but it was re-recorded by Wilbert Harrison in 1959. Little Richard in 1959. Hank and Bear Ballard and the Midnighters in 1959. Trini Lopez in 1963. And James Brown in 1967. Next on the list is Key to the Highway. That was performed by Charlie Sagar in 1940, and again by Little Walter in 1958. Next, we have Killing Floor. That was performed by Howlin' Wolf in 1964. Also on the list, we have Little Red Rooster. That was performed by Howlin' Wolf, then again by Howlin' Wolf in 1961, then again by Sam Cooke in 1963, and the Rolling Stones in 1964. Also, we have Mean Old World. That was performed by T-Bone Walker in 1942, then again by Little Walter in 1953. Then we have My Babe, performed by Little Walter in 1955, then again by Rory Head in 1966, then again by Willie Mitchell in 1969. Next, we have Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out. That was performed by Bessie Smith, also re-performed by Nina Simone in 1960, Bobby Womack in 1973, as Nobody Wants You When You're Down and Out. Oh, there's a lot. Next, we have Reconsider Baby, and that was performed by Lowell Fulson in 1954. Also, we have Rock Me Baby, performed by Little Son Jackson in 1950, also by B.B. King in 1964. Next, we have Roland in Tumblin. That was performed by Hambone Willie Newburn in 1929. Then by Canned Heat in 1967, and by Johnny Winter in 1969. Next, we have C.C. Rider, performed by May Rainey. That was also performed by it was performed by May Rainey, C.C. Rider, in 1924. Then performed by C. Booz in 1942. Chuck Willis in 1957 as C.C. Ryder. Laverne Baker in 1962, Bobby Powell in 1965, and The Animals in 1966. Next, we have Sitting on Top of the World, and that was performed by Mississippi Sheiks in 1930. We also have The Sky is Crying by Elmore James, and that was performed in 1960. We next have Spoonful, and that was performed by Howlin' Wolf in 1960, also by Etta James and Harvey Fakua in 1961. Next, we have Stormy Monday, and that was performed by T-Bone Walker in 1948, and by Bobby Bland in 1962, and by Lattimore in 1973. Also, we have Sugar Mama, and that was performed by Tampa Red in 1934. Next, we have Sweet Home Chicago, performed by Robert Johnson in 1936, Junior Parker in 1958. Next, we have Sweet Little Angel, and that was performed by Lucille Bogan in 1930, and then it performed again by B.B. King in 1956. We also have That's All Right by Jimmy Rogers in 1950. Next, we have The Things I Used to Do, performed by Guitar Slim in 1953, then again by James Brown in 1964. Next, we have The Thrill Is Gone by Rory Hawkins, performed in 1951, then again by B.B. King in 1970, and by Aretha Franklin in 1970 as well. Next, we have Trouble in Mind, performed by Bertha Chippy Hill in 1929, Dinah Washington in 1952, and Nina Simone in 1961. We also have Walkin' Blues, performed by Robert Johnson in 1936, then again by Muddy Waters in 1948 as I Feel Like Going Home. Also, we have Worried Life Blues, performed by Big Maceo, that's right, Big Maceo in 1941. And then in 1945, he also did it as Things Have Changed. B.B. King recorded it in 1970 and Junior Parker in 1970. Last but not least, we have You've Got to Love Her With a Feeling, performed by Tampa Red in 1938, and then again by Freddie King in 1961. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, well, you know what? Thank you so much for chiming in. I'm so excited to, get into the blues with you. That's right. So I really, really hope that you stick around for the journey. If you don't like the blues, I understand. If you don't know anything about the blues, stick around. You're going to learn. I'm going to teach you what I'm going to research, and we're going to learn, because this is where we get into instruments. We started with words, get a little into vocals. Now we get into instruments. All right. I'm going to bed now because I'm exhausted. So if you're like me, about to put your head down, your head on the pillow, and go to sleep, I hope you and I both have the sweetest of dreams. And if you're just waking up to start your day, grand rising, my sister or my brother, grand rising, my fellow soul family member. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope that miracles really do happen for you today. And I hope that everybody smiles at you. So you got to smile back at them, because the only way you get smiles sent your way is if you smile back, right? It's a reflection. It's teeth reflecting on teeth. That's what I say. So please always exercise peace, love, forgiveness, and compassion towards everyone you come in contact with and everything you do. And let today be the day that you choose not to battle that battle, right? It's okay. It's okay. People have bad days. We don't know what people are going through, but just reach out and help when you can. Help your neighbor when you can. Don't turn a blind eye to pain and suffering, because, we need to all grow up at this point, and we need to help each other out and be there for one another, right? So anyways, peace, love, forgiveness, and compassion. I love you so much. Thank you so much for chiming in. I appreciate everybody's support. If you like what I'm doing, please hit the like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and more importantly, leave a comment, like, so I know how you feel. And if you have any song suggestions, like, let me know. I love doing this, and I love presenting it, even though I'm really, really tired right now, and I'm totally going to bed because I cannot even keep my eyes open. I didn't mean to do that, but I had no control over it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. Anyway, I'm heading to bed. I love you. Sweet dreams. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Ta-ta. Ciao.